Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry, Mowers and Blowers. This is a 3 horsepower Eager 1 Craftsman gas edger that Mike from Mike's Lawn Service Babylon gave me the other day. Everything looks pretty intact, you know. Relatively clean. It's one of those really old edgers that doesn't even have a float bowl on the carburetor. It's a diaphragm. And, you know, look, it looks pretty clean, you know. Anyway, so I tried to pull start it a few times and nothing. I even shot some fluid in there and pulled it. Doesn't seem to be getting any spark, nothing at all. So to test it even more, I put my finger here and I pulled it and nothing. Didn't even get shocked. So that there's no spark at all. So I have a feeling that something's up with the ignition coil. I'm not getting any spark. So I'm going to take off this cover and check out the Magneto. I have a bunch of Tecumseh Magnetos, so I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to loosen these two bolts. That bolt there. That bolt there. Take the recoil starter engine shroud cover off. So the shroud came off relatively easily, and apparently this thing goes all the way into the flywheel. If you look carefully, there's the Magneto, and well, if I'm not mistaken, you need magnets in there to touch that. And well, let's see here. I'm going to rotate this. Still nothing. Oh, there we go. There's a magnet right there. And that's what causes the spark. Okay. Looks like it's gapped correctly. You know, I don't have a Magneto that looks like that. And it looks like I do have to remove the flywheel to get access to it. That's kind of a pain, but gotta do what you gotta do. By the way, you know, I was always keen on my grass flip-flops, but after they get wet, they stink. This is that opposed twin engine that I had, that I pulled off that Craftsman. I stripped it on the side of a street. I was going to put it into that one over there, but it doesn't have an opposed twin carburetor on it, you know? So I'm looking for a cheap one. I won't pay over 40 bucks for it. And everything on eBay is like really trash for 50 and very expensive, brand new, 150. So if I'm going to spend $150 on a carburetor, I might just go buy a used engine, you know what I'm saying? It's stupid. So I can't test this without a carburetor. I mean, unless I just put this on a bucket or something and blow some fluid into the intake and crank it to see if it turns. I'm going to do some more testing on this later when I have time. But if you guys have an opposed twin carburetor that you guys aren't using, hit me up, will you, on my Instagram. What am I doing now? Oh yeah, got to remove that flywheel. I got to find a 3/4 socket. Remove the flywheel. It's a pain in the butt. Usually you need a puller, but you do it the Taro way. Get like a crowbar, stick it underneath here, right? Pull up on it, and then whack that center with a hammer, which I just did. 2 whacks. Well, I thought it was loose. Yep, see? Look at that. Works like a charm. relatively clean, guys. Yep, I definitely don't have anything like this. Definitely. Not even anything that looks close to it that would be able to mount on there. Is that a solid state points type of ignition? I don't even know. I've never seen one before. So I don't even know how I would get another one of these. It's so old, you know. And I'm not even 100% sure that's the problem. So I'm probably not going to do anything with this now, because if I can't fix this, actually I don't even really want to fix this, but you know, it just seems like such a waste to me to have a this thing go to waste. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess I could part it out, but I mean, who's going to buy parts for this? Who wants that? You know. Anywho, I guess I could use the gas tank. I don't know if the carburetor works. I can't even jig this to put a regular Magneto on here for it to work. You know. I wonder if I should test this and see if that works. I mean, it looks okay, but who really knows, you know? It is kind of rusty at the points there, but would that not cause any spark at all? I doubt it, you know. I should have felt some kind of shock, you know. But it's getting nothing. So either this is really old and it's done, or you know, I mean, I'm gonna go look on eBay and see how much these things are. But if it's too much money, I'm not gonna pay for it, you know. You guys have any insight or suggestions to this issue? Let me know. Also, if you guys have an opposed twin carburetor just laying around your yard or something, I'll pay for shipping. Appreciate it. See you later. So, just for shits and giggles, I decided I was just gonna screw around with this. So I'm doing this, right? Look at that. Could that make a difference? I mean, a big enough difference between no spark and some spark? I guess it's worth a try. I'm going to clean this up, put everything back, and give it a pull and see if I get shocked. I cleaned that up pretty nicely. Thing is, though, the way this is designed, right? When you put the flywheel back on there, how do you gap it, you know? Because the screws are there to adjust the distance between the Magneto and the magnets. Even if you stuck a business card in between the magnet and the contacts, how would you tighten it again, you know? Because the flywheel's on there, you can't tighten it. Brush the magnets too. So I just put the flywheel back on, took the keyway out and put it back in. See what I mean there? I could see the gap, so I'm gonna stick a business card in there just to see if it's snug. Yeah, I can't even get in there to stick it in there. It's pretty snug. So, oh, by the way, these are the guys that sold me my new van. Giving them a shout out. PSE&G just came. Put a new meter in for me, digital. Guess he's resetting everything. So now, before I wasn't getting paid for my solar. I guess now it's registering. Hey, PSE&G van. That was a PSE&G van. So I just put the flywheel back on, and of course I was chatting with the PSE&G guy because I was asking him all kinds of questions about, you know, how they maintain their fleet of vans, since my van was a PSENG van, you know. And he says that their maintenance was awesome, because anything that was wrong with it, they would take it out of service, and they'd have on-staff mechanics that would fix everything on it. And they had regular tire changes and oil changes, and he said his van runs great, and it's got 170-something thousand miles, and he says that he's seen these Ford vans go up to 500,000 miles before. So that's good to know. I wanted to ask him about my van, you know. So anyway, it was good that he stopped by. Always take the opportunity to find out more information, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about maybe just getting my drill and trying to spin that to start without putting the cowling back on, you know. I'm going to try that. Well, scratch that idea, because I don't have a half-inch drill adapter for my drill, so I'm just going to put the cowling back on again. When I tried spinning it with the ratchet, it didn't move much, you know. Yeah, so just put my finger here again, pulled it a bunch of times, felt nothing. So it's not getting spark, because Magneto's busted, doesn't work. What if I disconnected that wire? Maybe there's a kill switch or something like that that's causing it to not work. You know, maybe a short or something like that. But if I just cut the wire, I know for sure that the Magneto would generate power. I mean, it could be, you know. I'm just going to cut that wire. Or just pull it out. Yep, nope. So I took out all the fail-safes, right? And still touched this with my hand, pulled it. I didn't feel anything. And it didn't start, so. I'm going to go on the internet and see how much a new Magneto would cost. Oh, hell no, I'm not paying $40 for a Magneto. It's not worth it. I'm going to take it apart and sell it for parts on eBay, or I'm going to sell it as is for like $25 or something. Anyway, follow me on Instagram, guys, @MowersBlowers.